Elbow
gonna
shy,
go ham.
hand shy.
All the time. Hello everyone and welcome to tonight's mukbang. Oh boy, do we have a feast today?
Yes.
Oh boy. So we have a Korean feast today. Oh my gosh, where we start? We have homemade kimbap by my mom, vegetarian kimbap, amazing kimbap.
May I say the better version of sushi?
Yes, you may. Yes, you may.
And then I also have sundubu jjigae with pieces of spam in it. Yum. It's like a spicy soft tofu stew. We have some pieces of chadolbegi, which is just thinly sliced beef. We got some soy sauce, sesame, black beans. We got some fresh kimchi that I made homemade this morning.
Yum.
Non-fermented, just deliciousness. We got corn cheese that we made. Corn cheese.
Cheese corn.
Cheese corn. Good cheese. Anyway, we got some vegetarian mandus, which are dumplings. We got non-spicy and spicy version.
Wait, they're both vegetarian?
Yeah, they're both vegetarian.
Whoa.
I got you. This is basically a vegetarian meal except for these two things.
Right? Did you say
This is
that?
also vegetarian kimchi. Yeah, it's all vegetarian. Vegan. We got some soy sauce for the dippings. We got some watermelon, and here we got duck. It's not duck. Like quack quack quack. It's not like that. It's like rice.
Quack.
Yeah. it's like
Rice cake.
filled with like sesame seeds, yam filling. It's just delicious. So let's eat. Let's go. I'm hungry. Let's start with the kimbap. Ready, set, go.
Where's my chopsticks? Oh, I got your fork. Do you want a chopstick?
Here. The egg fell out.
Sorry.
This is what it looks like.
It's because we use the roasted sesame, which you're not supposed to, but it is delicious.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
I'm using my hands.
Mm.
Oh, the first one. This is
Wait.
She's slightly cooled.
Yeah, she cooled down a bit, but
That kimchi's good.
I'm just gonna eat it.
You want some corn cheese?
That is pure cheese, Abby.
Oh my god. Is it cheese?
Mm.
Is it just cheese?
Oh my god.
Is it
It's just good. I don't even know. It's just delicious.
for Ethan?
And then I got these pieces of meat. I'm gonna dip it in this sesame oil sauce and some soy sauce.
So excited that you're singing everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Corn cheese.
Mmm. Oh, good.
Let's see.
With some corn cheese. Mm.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Corn cheese is heaven.
Oh.
Corn cheese.
Mm.
It's a lot of cheese, so I'm gonna eat like a
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Lactose
I
intolerant.
know, right?
For my Korean children.
I'm gonna get some
The
sundubu
kimchi is
jjigae.
really good.
Mm. Oh, it's a spicy deliciousness.
Mm.
You like the kimchi?
It's really good.
How fast do I had some earlier?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna have some now too.
Y'all.
Tiny little piece.
That's what. This?
Y'all.
Oh, black beans. You can use your spoon.
Vegetarian dumpling? Mm. Now that I basically had a bite of everything, we're gonna talk today about, we're getting spooky. We're talking about Bloody Mary. Like the origins of Bloody Mary.
Is Bloody Mary even real? We don't know. We'll find out.
Ethan says no.
Did you ever do it as a kid?
Absolutely not.
I did it
Why?
with Ella
I did
in
it.
our bathroom
Why?
I did it in school bathroom
because I was curious. I was Halloween.
You guys are crazy.
I knew it was fake.
Alright, so what do you know about Bloody Mary? Like, what do you think it is?
Yeah, everybody tell their stories. but
It's
they're all different.
Queen Mary, known as Bloody Mary because of her persecutions against
Persecutions?
against the what church was it?
Catholic?
Against Protestants.
Protestants.
Oh,
We'll get into that. No, man. What do you know about the urban legend Bloody Mary?
Oh.
Yeah.
You go in your bathroom with the lights off and stare at the mirror. And you light a candle and you say,
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, and 3 times, and then apparently you conjure her.
Oh,
I've never experienced
is that the same like thing you know, Ethan?
Yeah, so elementary kids talk about when we're bored.
Really?
I heard that it had to be at midnight, right at the stroke of midnight.
Oh yeah.
I haven't heard that.
So that's why I don't go in the bathroom at the stroke of midnight.
Oh my
Because I don't
god!
want to be near a mirror.
You're so superstitious.
I am so superstitious.
Wow.
To this day, I will not.
Well, I read
Mhm.
Queen Elizabeth's diary,
Mhm.
so I'm just like, Mary's just mean.
You're Bloody Mary.
No. But I just think there's a person from history.
Mm.
That is
Okay,
going to fill us in, right?
I am. So there are many stories about Bloody Mary, where it came from, what it is, who she be, all that stuff.
Oh! I was going to show deliciousness
gosh.
and instead I spilled it.
It's okay.
I'm not gonna
Basically,
do
it's been a part of just like, urban legend culture for a while. It was believed that women, this is before Bloody Mary, women would look into the mirror and they would hold a candle, and I think it was, I don't know if there's a specific time, but it was supposed to be, you're in a dark room with a mirror and a candle, and you'll look into the mirror and you'll see your future husband or something like that.
Oh!
And if you could see the Grim Reaper or the devil or something like that, that would mean you're gonna die before you meet that person or before you can get married.
That's very different from what it is today.
Mm-hmm.
Shall I try the spicy one?
Mm-hmm. I haven't even tried it yet. Wait.
Yeah.
When you would see that like really dark
This is
apparition,
So like this. This is the line.
Now you're the shot.
look at this big dumpling.
I want
Ooh,
one.
that is.
non-spicy.
Spicy? I'm
Non-spicy.
excited.
Heck, it,
Yeah. What do you want?
2 non-spicies over here, please.
Ooh, that's.
Mm.
Okay, I got more of the white genetics, so.
I need sauce.
I don't do spicy as well, but I'm better than my mother
Here.
Where's
and my brother.
this one?
Oh, let me do it for a second.
Here you go,
Anyway,
sister.
so
What if I dip in?
This.
I'll eat later.
No, it's okay. It's just tiny.
The thing is that if you saw her,
The
she would be like screaming and she would
Oh.
scratch you and she's like covered in blood and she's like
Figure out your future husband.
I feel like it's not worth the risk. Right.
Well, if you're like a 12-year-old little girl and you're gonna be married to some creepy old man, I would want to know.
Yeah, back then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sell you off to some other family.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a bummer.
Be a pretty big bummer.
Yeah. So I didn't do that to you guys.
So when did it start being a thing?
So, the legend, supposedly, I'm not sure if it's 100% true. I won't lie. I don't know. I did some research, but you never know what's fake out there these days. But essentially, there was this young girl who was very sick. She had a mother and a father. And she ended up like being like a comatose state type thing where she wasn't really, she was alive, but like, was she, was she alive? And back then, whenever they would bury someone, they would bury them with a little string in
Bell.
their coffin
Yeah.
and the bell.
Oh, that's
So many
right.
people got buried
Sometimes
alive.
people weren't done.
Because sometimes the way they would test people are alive, they'd put a mirror up to their nose to see if you could see the condensation.
From the breath.
I think after like many weeks,
Police are like, no, she's not dead.
everything's fine.
I got
But
a
then
story.
they were like, okay, she is dead. And, well, they still didn't believe it, but their neighbors were like, okay, let's just go away for the week, It'll be good to get away. I'm sure that's not exactly what it said, but they're like, yeah, let's go. Get away. She's in the coffin, but they didn't bury her yet because they're like, we don't think she's dead. We really don't think she's
Oh.
dead.
But
So
they
they
left her
leave.
in the coffin. That's horrible.
Now imagine waking up in a coffee, you think you're underground, but you open it and you're just in your living room.
This is really good.
Cheese corn is always good.
That's a little bit cheesy.
But anyway, so
Nope.
while they're gone, this other dude literally says, "You know what? She's dead. Let me bury her."
Oh my gosh, it's random.
So he buries her, and they're not there. You know, she's being buried. She's
The
buried
family?
now. Yeah, the family's out. Remember?
Mhm.
And then they're far away, so they couldn't hear the bell, even if it was being rung.
Mhm.
And she wakes up,
No.
and she's underground,
Mm.
and she starts ringing the bell. She's ringing the bell, ringing the bell. No one's hearing her because they're not there. And then the thing that's holding the bell breaks.
Oh my god.
So the bell doesn't work anymore. So she's clawing at the coffin, and she's like getting her nails all messed up. She's bloody, and she dies.
Was her name Mary?
I don't know. They didn't really say. But
So what?
then when the parents got home, they noticed it was knocked over, and they're like, "Oh my God, she's alive!" Open it up. They put the mirror to her nose. They see condensation, but she's dead.
Ugh.
And so it's believed her spirit goes into the mirror, and that's why when you do the Bloody Mary thing, you get scratched because she's trying to escape still.
Oh.
Bum, bum.
Damn.
That's intense.
Yeah, intense.
That is now Queen Mary.
Mhm. Mm. What would you do if you were in a coffin?
I would probably die from fright.
Yes.
Yeah, like that.
Our harmony
Do we go
used
to the
to
white
make.
one?
What?
I don't know.
Our harmony used to make a huge amount of mandu for us,
Harmony is our grandmother, by the way.
like homemade,
Mm-hmm.
and freeze it. And she lived like a state away from us, so she'd ship it to us, and for months we'd have like reheated mandu.
Mm-hmm.
This
And
doesn't
bulgogi?
come here.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, and she'd freeze the meat too.
It
Mm-hmm.
takes like a whole day to make that.
Oh my gosh.
know.
Tell us about that. How do you make everything? Tell us. I want to know.
Well, everything's from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to remember, I made it once with your harmony.
Mm-hmm.
We did the bean sprouts.
Mm.
And back then we did the bibimbap.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Or not the bibimbap, the bulgogi.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And then I think there's also tofu in it.
Oh, like
Tofu?
shredded
And
tofu.
then, yeah, and then
Mhm.
onions and garlic,
Rice noodles, right?
rice noodles.
Mhm.
And you use like the food processor. It's like all day we
Really?
took to make it. And then we started. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I haven't made mandu since. That's all I work.
I bet.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Although it's delicious.
Oh yeah. Homemade mandu is just fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Mary.
so that's like the folklore legend origin, you know, for Bloody Mary. But historically, the name Bloody Mary was originally given to Mary the First
Yes.
of England.
Yes.
Do we all know Mary the First of England?
Yes.
Mother?
Maybe.
Maybe? Ethan?
Henry VIII's
Yeah.
firstborn.
No.
First wife.
No.
She was the fifth child of Henry and James.
Oh yeah.
Her mother couldn't give any.
Yeah,
she.
She couldn't give him any sons because actually it was killed, right? He cut off her head or killed her for his.
Donation of an X chromosome.
So males are the one. Male DNA is the one that decides if it's a female or male. Science.
Straight up
And
science.
so when her mother, Mary the First, couldn't, produce a male heir, he wanted to divorce her. But at that time,
It was illegal against the church.
because it's a Catholic church, it was the Church of England was Catholic church, and so he was like, you know what, the king should be the head of the church because kings are holier than the church. That makes no sense,
He just wanted to divorce.
Yeah, and so he made it so he could divorce her. So basically, he was like, Protestant. Yes, I can be Protestant, so I can divorce my wife. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What's inside that one?
And in doing so, he then killed her because, you know, add a little cherry on top, right?
What is it?
It's like sweet potato
Ooh,
filling.
sweet potato. And this made Mary the first, like, illegitimate to the throne, basically.
Mhm.
She's kind of like, oh, you're just that distant person now because your mom's dead, blah, blah, blah. And so, eventually, then after that, he married Anne Boleyn, who birthed Lady Elizabeth the First. That's like
Lady
the whole
Elizabeth?
thing. My dog, Lady Elizabeth. Where is Lady?
Not that.
Ethan, no, don't put her there.
She looks like a bear.
I know, remember.
She looks like a bear.
Ethan, careful. We're down, Ethan. Lady Elizabeth. We actually named her, my boyfriend and I, we named her after our favorite anime character from one of our favorite shows. Here's my baby. She's not even one yet.
She's
Lady
so
Elizabeth, say hi. Ethan, call
She's
her.
just like,
Lady-
wait, she's trying to be good.
Hi.
So she gets food.
Oh, honey.
She's
you're
like,
getting back on track. Hi, Icy baby. So, they're half siblings, right? And when Henry dies, he actually has a son. I think his name is James.
Mhm.
Edward. Sorry.
Edward. He's
Edward.
Super
Oh, wow.
big age gap.
Oh, wow.
I think-
Edward the Fourth. He's like, he dies when he's 8, around 8 or something like that. Really
it was
young.
the only male.
Wimpy white males. That's what we call them.
Wimpy white males. But, yeah, so then Mary and Elizabeth were like, we going to the throne. We going to take it back.
But
And
they
so
had a
go.
terrible relationship though because
Yeah, because Mary was like, it's mine.
well, no,
bitch.
because Henry favored Anne's mom. Well, her mom was just murdered. In her diary, you read a lot about how she wouldn't speak to her. Like she'd see her
Really?
once a year and they wouldn't talk because
Wow.
they lived in separate palaces.
Wow.
I don't know why I remember this. I read it in like 7th grade.
No.
But yeah, because Elizabeth kind of was. Poor dog.
Here we go.
She was like oblivious. She was confused as to why she knew why her siblings didn't like each other, but she really had no one except her maids growing up.
Hmm.
And Mary took it all out on Elizabeth. And
Wow.
the brother. I think Henry didn't speak to Mary ever, but
He did not like Mary.
No, because he reminded her of that thing he had to do. That was illegal. And he spoke to Elizabeth a little bit because I think she lived with the boy for a little bit. She looked after the one son for a while. They lived in the same palace. But yeah, I think when they were older, like when Mary was on the throne, she like hit her or something, Elizabeth, because she was like, see what happens to you. Oh. No, it was because I'm pretty sure Henry was having an affair with Elizabeth's mom
Here, you want
while
some
he
water?
was still married
Split it in the middle.
to.
Oh my god, here, Ethan, you're gonna.
This is an Ethan in the background mukbang.
While he was
Here,
still
let me try
married
one of
to Mary's mom. Whoa.
I got a sesame seed one.
Oh, that's what I've been looking
Ethan,
for.
you want this?
No, I'll eat it once.
Anyway, so she got to the throne. She was very Catholic, very religious. You know, she loved her religion. Props to her.
Oh my
Maybe
gosh.
a little too much because
Oh
of
my
what I
God.
might talk about.
Get her out.
Well, honey, go backwards.
Beep,
Beep, beep, beep, beep,
She refused.
beep.
Yeah, now she goes. Back it up.
I see.
Back it up.
Back it up,
Back
girl.
it up. Go down.
That's what you're saying.
My dogs are begging. No begging. Anyway, so she does not like Protestants because in her eyes it's not the the way of God for her because she's Catholic and there are different beliefs between Catholics and Protestants. So she decides.
They're heretics, so we're gonna burn them at the stake.
So she burns approximately.
Dad.
Excuse me. 300 Protestants
Wow.
burned at the stake.
Oh my gosh.
And that is why she was nicknamed
Bloody
Bloody
Mary.
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 Except the thing is, oh my gosh, there's hair in the air. Oh lord.
Oh, that's petting my sister.
Oh, dear.
I'll stop. I'll stop petting.
So the funny thing was that male kings kill so many people anyway.
Mhm.
So there's like a whole thing of why is she Bloody Mary? I think just because she was mean as a person, she's Bloody Mary. But that's Bloody Mary. I'm afraid of all spooks.
Yeah, I don't like to know too many stories because then I think
Really?
then I'm gonna think they're real.
You have any like fun? Have you got? You had a ghost encounter, right?
Several.
Can you tell us ghost encounters, Halloween time.
Well,
Pumpkin.
I think you know, who knows? I was at my cousin's house and
Okay.
I was sleeping.
In the attic.
No, I was sleeping in the bedroom that has the door that leads to the attic.
Oh, I didn't know. That's creepy.
That's creepy.
Yeah. I could have sworn we were in sleeping bags on the floor.
You said that you encountered the same ghost several times.
Yes, I think more than once. And they would be by the attic door, which makes it seem like it's probably really not real because it's. Why are they only by the attic
Okay,
door?
but why did you picture such a vivid image?
I don't
Twice.
know.
The
But it was
image.
like 2 or 3 people.
2 or 3? You didn't tell. Every time she tells me about this, there's something new.
All right, so tell us about it. Okay.
That's all I had.
No, so
No, walk us
here,
through the
I
story.
know. Okay,
What did I say?
you said they were young-looking men who looked like they had died in a war,
Yes.
and
That's
you
true.
said that they like looked at you,
Yes,
and that you just hid in your sleeping bag.
of course. What else would you do?
But the first time you told me, you said I looked back at him.
Yeah.
Well, obviously she saw them, so she
I was
looked
like,
back.
Something.
I was like scared.
Scary!
Do you remember their facial expression?
Not like malevolent.
They were just like, help.
No, they were just there. Kind of looking at me.
Like, oh hey, what's up? I live
Yeah.
here too.
It was good. This is our house.
Kind of like just they were there.
So there were 3 of them.
I think so, 2 or 3. I'm getting older now. I'm forgetting.
It's crazy.
I can still picture it to a degree though. Like I can still see in my mind.
Wait, did you picture like a full-bodied person?
Yes.
Did it look like shadowy or like a person was just standing there? Like a
a
real person?
little bit like translucency.
Wow.
Yes, that word is real.
Have you had any? Have
Translucent.
you had any experience?
No.
No?
No. I don't believe in it.
I do.
I believe in spirits, like heavily. I believe that like
I believe.
I don't know, like there's certain like there's like the one hummingbird that's literally like lives in our backyard and interacts with Wyatt, especially when he's here.
Mm-hmm.
And Wyatt always has hummingbirds around. Like I think there's stuff like that. And I think like you can definitely feel different presences of like people who have passed. But I don't believe in malevolent,
I do.
demonic. I don't believe
I
in the
have
devil,
felt a
so-
presence. Do you want to hear my story?
You probably have already told me, but go ahead.
I want to hear it.
So I was living in the dorms at this time at college.
That makes something. Oh, the last storm you were in.
Yes, the last dorm I was
Okay.
in. So we were in this really small room with 2 people in a bunk bed. But anyway, so I was visiting my friends.
Bob.
My friends, Bob and George. Yeah, so they were living together, and we would hang out like all the time. And so I was in their dorm room, and we were just hanging out, chopping it up, laughing our butts
Chopping
off,
it
like
up.
the usual. And then I like was sitting down. I don't know if I was sitting at the bed, and the door was over here, I think. And Bob was here, and George was just like here or here. I don't remember exactly, obviously, at the time. But I like just felt like the hairs rise
Oh, on your arms.
everywhere, and I just felt like really bad. Like it just felt not good, and I started like it's like a really tight feeling in your chest.
I've gotten that feeling.
And then I looked at it, could feel it from the door. It like felt as if I could imagine there was like a dark looming thing at the door. And then I looked at Bob, and I just looked at Bob because I was like unsure, and Bob was already looking at me
Be like, oh, like, holy.
like,
Yeah.
and then I was like, please tell me you don't feel that. And then Bob was like, uh-huh. We started like screaming. We were like, no! We were like, no! And we like staged the place, I'm pretty sure. But I swear, we don't know what it was. Like, it just, and then it was gone. And it was okay again. But it was like, it wasn't as if we were even having like a negative day. It was just, all of a sudden, it felt like really bad
So
presence.
why is that a demon? Is
It had to be.
Could it just be negative energy,
Yeah.
general energy?
but it consolidated in one small area and then gone.
That's how energy works.
I don't know, man.
That's what we are. We're
And then
consolidating
I was
energy.
with Bob again. No, we were driving down the highway, and then we came across this this stretch of road where there were like lights, and they started flickering, and there was no one else on the road, and it felt again like horrible and just not good, and as if someone was like needles in your chest, and we started freaking out. And Bob was driving. We were like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Go fast now!"
Didn't you say that you saw a shadow figure on a highway once?
Though that must have been that time. Yeah, no, it was just like
you thought you saw someone, but you
Yeah.
looked back and they were gone.
yeah.
I think that's awesome. Like
No.
I think that's a spiritual thing.
I didn't ask to see these things.
Exactly. The
I didn't
universe
ask
is
for
like,
this.
dude, wake up.
Oh gosh. And then
Okay.
one time, I think this might have just been a negative energy thing, I don't know, but I was in a different dorm room. I was sleeping in my little bed, and I don't know if I was dreaming or if I was awake, but I like looked up and I couldn't move, and I saw this dark black and purple lightning cloud looming above me.
Sleep paralysis. No,
Like-
Oh, that's real.
yeah, Kobe had my friend Kobe has it.
When you wake up from a dream and you can't move.
Kobe has it where
Scariest thing.
Worse.
I think that's the. I've only had that happen
It's
twice.
usually something bad
no
happening
Kobe
Yeah.
had it where she saw the demon itself and it was this close to her.
No
like, in her
thanks.
face.
Yeah, that's thank.
And she has
Thank the
like
Lord I don't have
she
those
has it
ones.
regularly, but she also
I-
summons demons. So
Oh well, that might be why.
there you go.
That might be why.
Well, if you ask for them to come, they might.
See, here's the thing. I think the universe isn't a person, right? It's a universe. So it has no concept of what's scary and what's nice. It's just like, this is a sign that means this. So when you need a sign for something, they're like, here it is. And you're like, ah! And it's like, what? I'm trying
to help you out, bro.
I think you should maybe talk to your boss. I think you need a raise. Like, that's what I think demons are.
I mean, that's a positive way, but I don't know, man. I believe demons are real. Ethan, I don't think you do, but do you?
What?
Do you believe that demons are real?
It's all about what you think. Cause
Yeah, you manifest whatever happens in your life.
no, it's what your brain
Oh.
is thinking. If you're bored, you're gonna imagine that stuff. Like your brain can just produce those.
I think
Well,
if
you
you
do
see
have
a
a very creative mind, Abby.
I think if you see something, it's your own brain trying to tell you something. Because it has to do with your eyes, and other people will think it's fake.
Well,
So
yeah,
obviously it's yourself
I
trying
don't.
to tell
I
you
don't
something.
think it's like a.
But what
outside
about-
force. I just think it's your brain doing stuff in your brain.
But what about two people in the room?
Because, like, Catherine-
Abigail
What-
and Joe.
Well, then that's a universal force,
Mm.
and not yourself.
So demons are real, guys.
Yeah.
Well, in 2 offices I've worked in now, people said that they were haunted.
Did you believe it?
Wait, really? Audubon and
Yeah.
Radiance?
Why
I
would
could
they
see,
tell
no,
us?
I could see both.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, just people said that there was a spirit, like just things had happened and that there's a spirit. And one of the people at my most recent place said like she was someone who saw spirits and
That's
things
hard.
like that, and noticed that it was a female spirit who was, not malevolent in any way or anything.
Oh,
but,
that's good.
But of course, would be hanging out in my office.
And you'd be like,
Well, I definitely got creeped out by your office at night.
your office was so creepy at night, Mom.
Right.
I don't know, man, but I did not want to be there alone. I'll tell
I
you
just-
that for sure.
Here's the thing: when I think things are haunted, I just think like they're like, dude, like it's our time, leave.
Maybe.
Like I think the spirits deserve some quality time.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like at
I'm
night,
happy to not have to work anymore and let them have the space. That's
Yeah.
good.
I guess the only thing the only encounter I could have had was when I was in 6th grade camp, where we were a mile away from everyone in a cabin.
Would speak up
in
a
the
little
woods.
bit for me.
Well, so in a 6th grade camp, we got put in a cabin a mile away from everybody else.
Oh, of course,
It
right?
was a like 30-minute hike, or a 5-minute hike to another cabin.
Mhm.
And I guess that'd be the one place I'd find it. I'd find something like that, but I don't know.
What did you see anything?
Why did
Well,
you
I
end
mean,
up in a cabin away
I
from
think
everybody?
well,
stinky
they ran
boys,
out.
stinky boys going the far away.
No, they ran out of cabins, so we got put into one. And
Really, was
Why?
it
Because your
custodial?
last name starts with a Y. Did they do it alphabetically?
Maybe. And I guess the funny thing is sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night you don't want to go back to sleep right there, or you can't. So you just wake up and see other kids that just woke up in the middle of the night like.
That sums up camp for tonight.
Just
Oh.
sitting up there.
Like, yeah, you can't see him, so he's just like this.
Yeah, no, it's just a black figure, just. And then ready to
Sniffing.
go.
Just sniffing.
And then some of the kids have their phones out like.
We didn't do so good today,
No, but
but
it's
we
alright.
enjoyed it. We enjoyed it.
But Abby's dad is gonna be ready
Oh.
to go.
My dad, camera shy man.
Elbow
gonna
shy,
go ham.
hand shy.
All the time. This was so good though.
I'm full. Well, no, kimbap's got a lot of rice.
Mm-hmm.
It's filling.
Cheese!
So
And
I'm
cheeses.
gonna try to
Cheese.
be doing more spooky tales and spooky stories. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know.
For the Halloween.
Yes, I love Halloween. Yes.
As we can tell by your new look, the Halloween or the fall look.
Ah, yes. My hair.
Yes.
Oh yeah, my hair is different. Haha, I
Care of-
did not address that.
Care of Deb the amazing.
Care of Deb, the amazing stylist. I love
Yes.
my hair so much.
And it's not even dead.
It's not dead. It's really healthy, actually. On that note, have a good spooky night, guys. Don't talk to ghosts. Don't try to summon them.
Do it!
Don't. No.
Do it!
No.
No.
For the sake of others around you, don't try to summon anything.
But-
All right. Have a good night, guys. Goodbye.
Charlie.
Bye.
Peace out.
Peace out. Do you want to turn it off?
Boo!